Father John Dunn with you on this, the 30th Sunday of the Church's year, and yes, in Auckland, another 2 weeks of lockdown level 3. Hang in there. On behalf of the beautiful people of our two parishes, Mother of Perpetual Help and St. Ignatius, I bring you their prayers, their love, and their encouragement. It's a together thing, so no matter where you're at or how life is, know that those prayers and encouragements are there for you. So maybe today's gospel might help. The gospel today is one of my favourites. It captures something intangible which invites us to enter into a different space of faith, of the way we see ourselves, the way we see the world, and the way we follow Jesus. Let's look at it. If you've been to Jericho, the place is very important in this story. Jericho is a little oasis town in the midst of a desert. It's part of the trade route from north to south, south to north. And there we find Bartimaeus. He is sitting at the exit to the town, and there his life consists of somebody looking after him in Jericho and then leading him to this place where he must beg for his subsistence. So there he is. However, he has already heard about Jesus and has come to a decision about who he is. Son of David, he calls him, and that is a term which in those days means you are the Messiah. So already he is a man of faith before he encounters Jesus. He calls out, Son of David, shouts out. The crowd around Jesus turn on him and tell him to shut up. But Jesus hears his voice and then gives the crowd a job. They said, you call him. And the turnaround in the crowd is so easy and so different. Suddenly they're saying, courage, he is calling you. And they turn around their attitude and they lead him to Jesus. And then comes the encounter. What do you want me to do for you? Teacher, that I may see again. And Jesus heals him and says, go, your faith has made you whole. So there we have Jesus meeting this man, healing him, acknowledging his faith, and sending him off back to his life. There, imagine Bartimaeus looking at Jesus, looking at the crowd, and then looking at the entrance to his town of where his entire life has been. He's faced with a choice. He can go back to his life now with eyesight and be able to live an entirely new life. But he looks around also and sees nothing but desert, and Jesus walking off into that desert. And what does he do? He follows Jesus along the way. Amazing story. The question, I think, is what does it say to us? If we place ourselves in Bartimaeus' shoes, where are we at in our life? I would like to encourage you and myself as we all together reflect on this gospel to bring the reality of our world and the challenges to faith. Let's bring our scientific world with its view of the cosmos evolving over billions of years, the evolution in our planet that brings us to who we are, the values in a materialistic society, the challenges that we live and face in leading a Christ-like life. All of these things are there. We all have a Jericho that we look back on where we are tempted to find our security. We all have our deserts and those places we look around us too. The dialogue that takes place between Bartimaeus and the crowd, between the crowd and Jesus, Bartimaeus and Jesus, leads him to a new place where he looks on his world, back to what he has known, and is happy to follow Jesus into a new life, a new kingdom where Jesus is the Son of David, the Messiah. Beyond that, he knows nothing more except to follow him into the desert. Maybe for us there is something here which will give us hope and allow us to turn some aspects of our life into a renewed following, and thereby bringing great benefits and great love and hope and light and sight to those around us this week.